Have you ever noticed how certain years feel as if something quietly shifts beneath your feet? Not dramatically, not with thunder and lightning, but subtly, as if invisible doors begin to unlock. You may have worked just as hard the year before. You may have saved carefully, invested cautiously, and lived responsibly. Yet suddenly, opportunities begin to appear. A conversation leads to a partnership. A long-forgotten investment matures. A side project begins to generate income. And you find yourself wondering, why now? Many years ago, I spoke with a retired couple in their late 60s. They were not gamblers. They were not risk-takers. They simply paid attention. The husband told me, "We didn't do anything extreme. We just adjusted at the right time." That year, they reorganized their assets, sold one property at peak value, and reinvested conservatively into something more stable. Within 18 months, their financial stress eased significantly. When I looked at their birth years and the yearly energy, it was clear. They had unknowingly aligned themselves with a cycle that favored them. This is what I mean when I speak of wealth activation. Wealth is not just currency. It is movement. It is timing. It is alignment between who you are and the climate of the year you are walking through. When your personal zodiac sign resonates with the energy of the year, effort feels lighter. Doors open more naturally. You still work. You still think carefully. But resistance lessens. The year 2026 carries a very specific energetic signature. It is not random. It has rhythm like seasons. Some seeds sprout best in spring warmth. Others require cooler soil. If you plant winter crops in the heat of summer, they struggle. If you plant in harmony with the season, growth feels almost effortless. The same principle applies to financial energy. Tonight, we are not chasing fantasies of sudden riches. We are not predicting lottery numbers. We are seeking understanding. Which zodiac signs walk in step with 2026? Which signs are perfectly aligned for success? And most importantly, how can each of us activate wealth wisely, without recklessness, without fear? Wealth activation does not mean forcing outcomes. It means recognizing favorable currents and adjusting your sails accordingly. For those in middle age or retirement, this matters deeply. At this stage of life, preservation is just as important as expansion. Growth without stability brings anxiety. Stability without growth brings stagnation. Alignment brings balance. As we move forward, keep your birth year in mind. Reflect on your habits. Are you impulsive with opportunity, or cautious to the point of missing it? Do you react emotionally when markets shift, or do you pause and observe? 2026 will reward those who combine awareness with action. Let us gently uncover which zodiac signs are naturally in harmony with this year's rhythm, and how you can activate your personal wealth energy with calm confidence rather than hurried ambition. Before we speak about which zodiac signs are most aligned, we must first understand the climate of 2026 itself. In Chinese metaphysics, each year carries an elemental signature. The year 2026 is governed by the fire horse. Fire is not a quiet element. It is radiant, expressive, and fast-moving. It brings visibility, passion, innovation, and sometimes volatility. When fire dominates a year, ideas spread quickly. Industries connected to communication, technology, leadership, and public influence often feel energized. But fire also intensifies emotion. Decisions may be made faster. Markets may move more sharply. Excitement and anxiety can both increase. The horse adds its own personality to this fire. The horse symbolizes independence, forward motion, and bold action. It dislikes restriction and thrives in open space. When fire and horse combine, the atmosphere becomes one of acceleration. People feel inspired to act. Some leave stable positions to pursue new ventures. Others feel restless in old structures. For those prepared, this momentum can open doors. For those unprepared, it can feel overwhelming. Now let us speak about wealth itself. In the five-element system, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, money is not simply cash. It is represented by the element that interacts with your personal birth element. Each zodiac sign carries elemental tendencies. When the yearly element supports your natural structure, opportunity feels smoother. When it clashes, effort increases. There are also three kinds of luck that shape financial outcomes. Heaven luck is the blueprint you are born with. Your zodiac, your elemental balance. Earth luck is your environment, your home's Feng Shui, your surroundings, the direction of your workspace. Human luck is the most powerful of all, your decisions, your discipline, your mindset. A favorable year can be wasted through poor choices. A challenging year can be strengthened through wise behavior. Historically, fire years often correspond with innovation and rapid change. Economies may experience bursts of growth followed by correction. New industries emerge. Old structures are tested. For those in retirement or nearing it, balance is essential. Courage without caution becomes risk. Caution without courage becomes missed opportunity. Activation is different from luck. Luck is the timing of the wind. Activation is adjusting your sails. In 2026, some zodiac signs will naturally feel lifted by the fire horse energy. Others must stabilize themselves before expansion. Understanding this distinction allows us to prepare calmly rather than react emotionally. As we continue, we will look closely at the zodiac signs whose natural elements harmonize with fire horse momentum. These are the signs that may find doors opening more easily, to conversations flowing more smoothly, and financial growth aligning with effort. But even for them, wisdom must guide enthusiasm. Because in a year ruled by fire, the brightest light also casts the strongest shadow. When we examine the rhythm of 2026 more closely, 4 zodiac signs stand out as being naturally aligned with the fire horse energy. This alignment does not guarantee effortless riches, but it creates conditions where effort and opportunity meet more smoothly. The tiger is among the strongest. The tiger carries wood energy, and in the elemental cycle, wood feeds fire. When fire is strong in the year, it draws strength from wood, which means the tiger often feels energized rather than drained. Financially, this can manifest as leadership opportunities, entrepreneurial expansion, or recognition for skills that were previously overlooked. A tiger who has been quietly preparing may suddenly find visibility increasing. Invitations to collaborate may arise. Business ideas may gain traction. Yet the tiger must guard against ego. Fire magnifies confidence, and unchecked confidence can become recklessness. Strategic growth, not impulsive expansion, will transform opportunity into lasting wealth. The dog is another sign harmoniously aligned with the horse. In the zodiac wheel, horse and dog form part of a supportive relationship that stabilizes movement. For dog-born individuals, 2026 may not bring dramatic spikes of wealth, but it often strengthens long-term assets. Real estate investments, retirement funds, and carefully built portfolios may show healthy improvement. The dog thrives on loyalty and consistency. When the year encourages motion, the dog benefits by staying grounded while others rush. Steady growth becomes the reward for patience. The goat also finds supportive energy under the fire horse. The goat is intuitive, creative, and emotionally intelligent. Fire illuminates hidden talent. For the goat, this may mean monetizing skills that were previously considered hobbies. Consulting, coaching, artistic work, healing professions, and creative ventures may flourish. The only obstacle for the goat is hesitation. When confidence replaces self-doubt, financial doors can open unexpectedly. Fire rewards those who step into visibility with sincerity. And then there is the horse itself. When the year matches one's own zodiac sign, energy amplifies. For horse-born individuals, 2026 can feel powerful and intense. Opportunities multiply. Career breakthroughs may occur. Visibility increases. Yet volatility also rises. The horse must avoid overextending financially or emotionally. Discipline becomes protection. Structured planning, savings preservation, and thoughtful decision-making ensure that momentum turns into stability rather than burnout. These four signs, tiger, dog, goat, and horse, are naturally positioned to activate wealth more easily in 2026. Their elements resonate with the year's fiery momentum. But alignment is only the beginning. Even the strongest wind requires skillful navigation. The next group of signs will discover that their success depends not on natural harmony, but on strategic adjustment. Not every zodiac sign will feel perfectly synchronized with the fire horse year. Yet several carry moderate alignment that can still lead to prosperity when handled wisely. For these signs, wealth activation requires strategy rather than speed. Their success depends on measured action and careful planning. The ox represents steady earth energy. In the elemental cycle, fire produces earth. This means the intense fire of 2026 can gradually strengthen the ox, but only over time. The ox does not thrive in chaos or haste. Financially, this is a year to build foundations rather than chase dramatic expansion. Reducing debt, restructuring investments, and reinforcing savings accounts will serve the ox well. I once knew an ox-born business owner who refused to follow market excitement during a fiery cycle. Instead, he streamlined operations and reduced liabilities. While others celebrated short-term gains and later faced corrections, he ended the year more stable than before. Slow accumulation becomes the ox's quiet advantage. The monkey, clever and adaptable, finds opportunity in fast-moving environments. Fire stimulates innovation, and the monkey often excels in technology, communication, and creative problem-solving. In 2026, new ideas may appear quickly. However, the monkey must guard against impulsiveness. Excitement can lead to speculative decisions. Structured planning transforms potential into results. When intelligence is balanced with discipline, the monkey can benefit from emerging trends without becoming trapped by volatility. The rooster, aligned with metal, experiences refinement during a fire year. Fire melts metal, but melting reshapes rather than destroys. For the rooster, 2026 may bring career transitions, increased responsibility, or public recognition. Income may grow through reputation and skill. Yet pride can create resistance. Adaptation is the key. When the rooster embraces change instead of resisting it, financial growth follows. The dragon, ambitious and visionary, feels inspired by the fire horse momentum. Big ideas and expansion plans may surface. However, expansion without evaluation becomes risk. Partnerships require careful examination. The dragon must balance boldness with patience. When ambition is guided by thoughtful analysis, the dragon can achieve meaningful progress. For these moderately aligned signs, wealth activation is possible, but it must be deliberate. The Fire Horse year rewards those who understand their limits as well as their strengths. Speed is not always superiority. Sometimes steady movement builds stronger prosperity than rapid ascent. There are also signs that must think first about protection before expansion. This does not mean that success is impossible. It means that preparation becomes the pathway to future prosperity. In cycles of fire, those whose elements clash with the year must build shields before building towers. The rat stands directly opposite the horse in the Zodiac cycle. This opposition creates tension, often called a clash year. For rat-born individuals, 2026 may bring unexpected expenses or disruptions. These might appear as sudden repairs, medical costs, or financial obligations that were not originally planned. Emotionally, this can feel frustrating, especially for those who prefer careful preparation. Yet the purpose of a clash is not punishment, it is correction. The rat benefits from strengthening emergency savings, reviewing contracts carefully, and avoiding unnecessary risk. Preservation becomes the form of activation. When the foundation is reinforced, stability follows. The pig carries water energy, and in a year dominated by fire, water faces evaporation if not contained. Financially, this may manifest as emotional spending or pressure from family and friends seeking assistance. The pig's generosity is admirable, but boundaries become essential. Lending casually or investing based on sympathy can create strain. This is a year to preserve capital and protect liquidity. Quiet stability brings greater security than bold expansion. The snake presents a more subtle challenge. The snake already carries fire within its nature. When a fire year intensifies that energy, overload may occur. Burnout, impatience, or emotional decisions could impact financial judgment. The snake must slow down before committing to large investments or new ventures. Rest is not weakness, it is protection. A clear mind makes wiser decisions than one inflamed by pressure. For these signs, activation begins with caution. Repair weak points, strengthen reserves, focus on health and energy. Sometimes the greatest success in a fiery year is simply avoiding unnecessary loss. And often, the discipline developed during protective cycles becomes the foundation for expansion in the years that follow. Now that we have spoken about alignment and protection, let us turn to practical activation. Wealth activation is not mystical performance. It is conscious adjustment. In a firehorse year, energy moves quickly, and our surroundings should support clarity rather than confusion. In Feng Shui, the south sector of the home carries fire energy. During 2026, this area may feel especially active. Keep it clean, bright, and organized. A gentle light source, a candle used with care, or natural sunlight can symbolize healthy activation. However, avoid excessive red decorations if you are prone to emotional reactions. Too much fire in decor can stimulate impulsiveness. Balance is the goal. Grounding becomes essential. Earth stabilizes fire. Introducing earth tones into your living space, soft browns, beige, muted gold, can create calm. Clearing clutter from areas where you manage finances sends a subtle but powerful message to the mind. Organized documents, updated plans, and tidy workspaces promote disciplined thinking. Financial discipline is the second layer of activation. Diversify investments rather than concentrating risk. Avoid making major financial decisions during emotional highs or lows. In a fire year, enthusiasm and fear both intensify. Writing down intentions at the beginning of the year can help anchor decisions later. A simple statement such as, "I will prioritize stability and steady growth," becomes a guiding principle. For retirees and those approaching retirement, review estate plans, insurance policies, and beneficiary designations. Health is wealth. Fire energy can increase stress, and stress affects judgment. Gentle exercise, proper rest, and gratitude practices protect both mind and finances. Activation also includes intention. At the beginning of 2026, take a quiet moment to express gratitude for existing resources. Gratitude reduces the urge to chase unnecessary risk. When appreciation is present, decisions become calmer. Wealth activation in a firehorse year is not about chasing heat. It is about using warmth wisely. When environment, discipline, and intention align, opportunity flows more smoothly. Even intense energy becomes manageable when grounded by awareness. As we come to the close of this guide, I want you to step back from the charts, the elements, and the predictions, and reflect on something simpler. Success is not measured only by how fast money grows. It is measured by how peacefully you live while it grows. The firehorse year brings motion, brightness, and opportunity, but it also tests emotional balance. Those who chase speed without reflection may feel burned. Those who move with awareness may feel illuminated. I once knew two individuals entering a powerful cycle. One was perfectly aligned with the year's energy. Opportunities appeared rapidly, and he rushed to accept every one of them. At first, income increased dramatically, but exhaustion followed. Stress mounted. Decisions made in haste created complications that required years to untangle. The alignment was real, but discipline was missing. The other person faced moderate alignment. She did not rush. She studied her finances carefully, reduced unnecessary expenses, and invested conservatively when conditions were favorable. Her growth was slower, but it was steady. When the fiery cycle cooled, she stood on solid ground while others were recovering. Perfect alignment creates opportunity. Imperfect alignment creates wisdom. Both are valuable. Wealth activation in 2026 is not about proving strength. It is about recognizing your rhythm. If your zodiac sign harmonizes with the year, move forward with humility and structure. If it requires protection, strengthen foundations without shame. Every cycle passes. What remains is the quality of your choices. As you enter 2026, may you activate your wealth with calm confidence. May you protect what you have built and expand only when stability supports it. May your financial decisions reflect not fear or greed, but clarity and balance. The firehorse will run whether we are ready or not. But when we understand its rhythm, we do not fear its speed. We walk beside it with wisdom,